Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Hack Human broadcast. I'm going to get right into it right now. For 3 years counting, my daily life has been invaded, assaulted, injected by those who claim to be the FBI. Nobody really knows. We're going to talk about the technology. We're going to talk about how this happens, and it could happen to you. First and foremost, one of these operators came to me over a 3-year period and has said to me so many awful things. For one, he's waited his whole life for this. Says he's gonna make me miserable every day for the rest of my life. Now understand, I'm never left alone. I spend every day from the time I wake up, even while I'm sleeping, but that's a different matter. I'll save that for episode 3. Every day when I go to work, they talk through my car radio. They talk to me. They talk to me in my home. They bother me at work. They harass me. It's targeted, weaponized assault. But let me explain to you why this happens. You see, we live in a time now where millennials are being onboarded into special access programs, the FBI, CIA programs, intelligence programs. It's their time. They've come of an age where they're out of college, out of the military. They're reaching 30, 40 years old, late 20s in some cases. And what that means is this person has told me they will beat my head in for the rest of my life and make my life a living hell. I come from a time first and foremost, but a place as well. When you have an issue with another man, you square shoulders with him, and you will have a discourse, a dialogue, and you will work it out. You will maybe demand an apology, and if worse comes to worse, as a last court of resort, you put these up right here. You put these up and you handle your business. But now, because of gross lack of leadership in the intelligence agencies, these young men, which I call young boys, which I define as a full adult age male who doesn't go to man's work. Instead, he sits home and harasses and bothers and teases and taunts other grown men who do, among other things that they do in these job positions. Leadership is not cracking down on them at all. It's anarchy, like everything else in this country. Up is down. It's liberal new normal. This is post-COVID liberal new normal behavior. These grown age adult males are not real men, and they won't fight as real men. They will continue to attack the public and the citizenry as they see fit. Acting as judges, they will prescribe you a punishment and serve you a punishment and expose the business to do so, and basically expose the capabilities of the foundation of these industries and what they have to offer. In some cases, it's weapons of war. In other cases, it's things that would baffle the imagination. They now have the ability to force a mental imprisonment on you and do it at will, not caring at all. Not caring at all if they sacrifice their oath of secrecy or anything else for that matter. They don't care. There's no punishment for it, so why should they absolutely give a fuck? And on that note, in episode 1, I said I would not swear here, and I meant it. But by God, the amount of retaliation that I've received since episode 1 has been uploaded, has been daily, profound, and demanding. Demanding of me is it depletes my health, because I would much rather spend my day working in my profession, providing for and thinking of my children that I need to support, and not arguing all day to a bunch of senseless young boys who want to waste their lives away, despite having their own children, maybe an elderly parent who needs care, anything. They don't care. They're on this technology 24/7 like drug addicts. The most despicable thing of all is the fact that I'd love to spend more time with my family. And these supposed adult age males who could be misconstrued or generalized as men erroneously, of which they are not, I'm talking about literal punks in positions to have access to technology that could invade your life and daily thought and minds. On that note, most of you have seen at the top of my X page the pinned post of the UAP vehicle. This is a military grade, intelligence grade vehicle designed to hide within the clouds. If you haven't seen it, go to my X account and look at the top. There's several more photos of it down the feed. I took that photo myself in Florida, right at the end of my own driveway. Now, while these are above you all day, moving about and recording every single thing that you do, because yes, America, it's post 9/11 and you do not have the freedom you think you do. Absolutely not. It's within your own mind. And it's very important that you go out and you vote your conscience, so that at least you can keep that thought as a priority in your mind, because it doesn't exist in reality. But you would at least like to live as if it does. Of course you would. We all would. I wish I still have the capability to live that way. To live like a human being, to go to work every day uninterrupted by the technologies of intelligence agencies that are being used as abuse weapons on the public. I would very much like to do that. Very much so. So on that note, understand that the photo of that vehicle is unique. It's very unique because it shows the reckless behavior of those agents and those within these forces, programs, agencies, organizations, call it whatever the shit you want. They're a bunch of punk ass kids that aren't being controlled by leadership because they want to be the cool guys, they want to be the cool old guys and the cool old gals that bring these young dopes in and hug and coddle them and are allowing them to attack people. It is rare because the operator of said vehicle brought it within about 60 feet of height, allowing it to be photographed. That vehicle should not be photographed by a civilian under any circumstances, but I certainly did because they chased me around all the time. And it has AI onboard capability that will attempt to converse with you. Yes, to converse with you. As I mentioned in episode 1, there's things called voice-to-skull technology, air-to-air transference, audio transference, call it what you want. The voice is AI coded, turned into a frequency, and directed directly into you, so that your subconscious usually will be the only thing to hear it, but eventually you will be able to understand and listen to and hear these frequencies, which are all around you. Folks, as I've explained in my feed, if you use a third-party listening app, an external microphone, which is basically, you can get anywhere, and you begin learning how to tweak the noise reduction and tweak the EQ, you'll want to turn the bass all the way up, the treble all the way down, the mid-range all the way down. You'll want to not use noise canceling, because noise canceling eliminates the frequencies where this kind of pattern of communication is found. This communication is used all over the world. Special forces use it. You've heard special forces guys say, hey, when we hit the ground, all they can see is our green eyes. They don't hear any talking. That's because they are talking to each other, but they're able to do it mind to mind using the AI technology and the drones above them. There are several ways this is done. There's ancient ways, such as if I'm about to think of something that I want to say, because you've been talking your whole life, your mind sends a signal, your vocal cords begin to move as you're about to say what you're thinking, and the AI is able to see that and is able to record the movements and transcribe it to words, turn it back into a voice, and send it on to the next one. But nowadays, the technology is so advanced, it's simply literally a thought pattern in your mind is now read by AI. Look at the vehicle I'm talking about. Look how advanced this vehicle is. This vehicle, after I photographed it, acted almost human, as it seemed frightened. It jumped up a few feet, then shot straight up in the air to the left,